Welcome back, everyone, to the next installment of Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Well, as you saw, I just picked up a brand new page in the Tome of Eternal Darkness. As I had said in the last installment, there's no point to me exploring the mansion any further because I have gotten nothing that enables me to do so. So, without further ado, let's go on to suspicions of conspiracy.
From my research, it is apparent that the endeavors of mankind are mere puppetry at the hands of the ancients. Whenever a king vows reform, the ancients move quickly to stifle it. Under the auspices of Emperor Charlemagne the Frank, the new Holy Roman
Amiens,
Empire
France,
was at the height
814
of its
AD.
power.
This actually takes place before Elias' chapter. Interesting.
Mit ad dominum et imperatorum nostrum, carolum magnum francum.
Deliver this to our Lord and Emperor Charlemagne the Frank. No one but him must see it.
Again, I love the
Words with
translation
his
stuff.
eyes only, at once.
I was thinking, the guy who gave Elia the heart looks kind of like this guy. A portent of things to come? Ooh.
What sorcery is this? A spell? I am bewitched. If this was meant for Charlemagne, then what will become of him? I have to warn him of this treachery.
And we go from outside into the cathedral. At this point in history, it looks like it belongs to the Franciscans, known for their black robes and rope belts. Message scrolls like this were used to transfer messages securely. This one has a strange diagram on it consisting of a pentagonal shape with strange letters at each corner. When Anthony had opened the scroll, something strange happened. That something had been intended for the Emperor Charlemagne. Suspecting a plot against the Emperor, Anthony pledged that he would warn Charlemagne at all costs. After Anthony briefly describes his mission, the monk informs him that Charlemagne was last seen in the audience with the bishop in the visiting chamber. Anthony's presence is questioned by the monks, feeling that he has trespassed upon sacred ground. The monk seems rather subdued, perhaps out of respect, or perhaps out of fear. Well, here's the visiting room. Muffled voices emanate from inside the bishop's visiting chamber. However, the door is locked and Anthony will need the bishop's key to enter and gain an audience with Charlemagne. Dude, knock on the door. There's a freaking assassination attempt. Just slam on the door until they open it. Oop. Visibly disturbed with grief and despair, the monk sobs pitifully. He recounts that this is not the only death to have occurred recently and wonders if perhaps the order is being punished for a wavering in faith. The monk cordially greets Anthony. However, he brings grave news of the loss of one of his order who fell from the tower to his death. His tone is guarded, leaving Anthony wondering if indeed this is the truth. And there's just no talking to this guy. He's too enveloped in prayer. However, there's the casket. A funeral casket made from unfinished wood. It is not properly sealed and could probably be opened. Should Anthony open the casket? Anywhere else the answer would be hell no, but now...
Oh my god, what is
What
it?
happened? This devil's work. We should get out of here.
That guy got destroyed.
Have proven what we have feared the most. This poor man has been the victim of great evil. Look how his body has been defiled, as if something has burst out from inside him.
Ugh.
Here, take this for your protection.
Nice.
And find the bishop. He must be informed of this horrible discovery.
His face isn't pale white. This is a good thing. A scramasax. Also notice that there's different sound effects for acquiring items and for doing things right depending on what level you're in, which is pretty cool. This had more of a hymnal tone to it. This Frank and Saxon weapon relies on a hefty blade to deliver deadly cutting and slashing attacks. It does not have a handguard, as it was designed for the offensive rather than the defensive fighting. Interesting. Nothing at the altar, and I think this will just confirm what we've already seen. The body of a monk. His right image is that of his order, stained with blood that is saved from many grievous wounds. It is a truly disturbing sight. Now can I talk to the Frank? Well, you know the answer is no, but just for formality. Okay. Oh. Now I have it equipped. Pretty slow with that thing, buddy. And there's no going back out. Charlemagne must be warned. So the only place left to go is upstairs. Welcome to something brand new. You're gonna like this. Statues. Elia. Interesting. Pius Augustus. His statue's been destroyed. Consider that heavily. And there is room for other statues, but this is where things get fun. Look at the floor. Faces tormented. Remember what I was saying in the I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream Let's Play when Nimdok saw the faces in the wall? But this isn't the best part. Watch the hand. Tell me that isn't one of the most glorious, disturbing images you've ever seen. Look at these faces. Oh, this is too good. When all of that leads to this book, do you really want to pick up the damn book? You really think it's a good idea? Cradled in what appears to be a leathery hand lies a mysterious book. It is bound in human skin and intricately decorated with shrunken bones. It beckons and yearns to be possessed. Should Anthony claim the Tome of Eternal Darkness? Flashback time. Go. Covers the events that have just occurred. The trick is, I'm actually supposed to go back upstairs. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, well, I shook that one off at least. Now, nothing I can do right... Ah, spell list. A new feature in the game. An inventory of all the spell information that has been acquired, so I can select which spells to cast, and I can assign hotkeys. New spell, I can try creating new spells. Runes, I have to pick up runes in order to be able to create new spells, and then the hotkey function. Okay. Well, I have nothing right now, of course. No runes, nothing. A blue urn rests upon the shelf. Yay! Did you hear a little rattling sound? A rich cobalt blue shellac, instilling it with an otherworldly spectral character, and it has a strange sigil on its side. Or sigil, excuse me. Oh, I'm a klutz, and I drop the urn, and it dashes itself to fragments as it hits the floor. So now I have the broken pieces. But I found a magical rune. Runes are the key element in creating spells. Here's the thing about spells. Well, I don't know what this rune is. There are... Well, I'll get more into it once I find an alignment. You'll see what I'm talking about more accurately. This is what I need to begin to cast spells. A gold medallion. A circle of power. A 3-point circle of power. With this, the more points within that circle, the stronger the spell will be. A 3-point is the weakest circle. Yeah, I can't research spells because I only have one rune. So we'll come back to that when we see what's going on. Amongst the tomes and manuscripts, a book brings attention to itself. Oddly pristine on the dusty shelf. It doesn't quite belong. Should I move the book? Of course. Haha. A bewildering array of books and tomes sorted neatly on a set of shelves. Mostly books of a religious nature, they sit beneath a skein of dust as if no one has touched them. Clearly I found what I have to do, so let's get on with it. Look at that! A rune is actually within an enemy. That's fine with me. Kill the enemy, acquire the rune. Good. Oh no! Oh, I guess I actually have to finish him off. Remember, I'm gonna try not to finish enemies off, just so we can maintain low sanity. Low sanity is fun. I still don't have enough runes to be able to do anything, do I? Oh, I have an alignment. In this case, the Uliath alignment. And this is the only other rune I have. There's no spell that requires 2 of the same rune, so still useless as of now. Ooh, I'm looking a little gray there. This is a hint for me. That's another hint. As easy as Mantarok zombies are to kill normally, they're even easier with a torch. These things are pathetic. Look at that, I don't even need to target them. Pieces of a green urn. Oh, I can mix. I'll get to that later. I can't finish with a torch, can I? No. Okay, mix. 2/3 of a broken green urn. And one more time. Mix. A broken green urn. I love how it says I've assembled it. Like, Grateful for his life, the monk tells Anthony what happened. He was carrying a sacred urn from the baptismal font when he was confronted by the bishop, who was brandishing a large blade and whose eyes burned with an evil fire. Frightened, the monk dropped the urn out of shock and ran. Returning to retrieve the urn, he found only the sword the bishop had left behind. With thanks, he gives the bishop's sword to Anthony. This is why I save people's lives. I got a freaking 2-edged sword. A heavy single-handed sword with 2 cutting edges. It is commonly known as a bastard sword, or hand-and-a-half sword for the length of the hilt, which can fit in one hand with the other for support. Yeah, I'm equipping that. Yeah. And the zombies are out of the picture. The area's too dark. The torch actually does provide me with light, which is great. And I don't have to light the stupid thing, because that gets old fast. When you actually need to light the torch in games like these. Oh, hey. These things are important. A stone tablet. A magical codex. What this does is it tells me what the runes are. You do not need these to create spells, but it's a lot more, I guess it's a lot simpler to understand what it is you're doing with the codex. Yeah, I still don't know what the rune I picked up is. Magormore. Item. Well, I don't know. I don't have the rune for item. I just know that I apparently can find that. Yay! Ah, see? I don't know what this one's called, but I do have Magormore. And now that I have 2 runes, I could try creating a new spell. Maybe it'll actually work. My alignment, the only one I have, is Uliath. Now what you need to create a spell is an alignment, so you can have Uliath, Turga, and Celotath, and then you need 2 different runes. In this case, I have, I don't know what, and Magormore. Ooh, it actually worked. What is the spell? Well, I don't know. Spell 1 as far as I'm aware. But I know in advance that it is the repair spell. I might as well set it to a quick function. Spell list, assign. And you can choose which alignment to do it, which is very useful. For this particular spell, it does not matter. I'll just set it to Y because it's the only spell I got. Now, now I go back to my equipment, you see. Check. Alright, let's see if this works. Ah, okay, it's an enchant item spell. So let's use it on the broken green urn. I love that. It appears to the other rune I have. Oh, a magic meter, of course. And you get the idea. When I cast spells, I lose magic points. But if I run around, I slowly gain them back. Very slowly, but hey. And if you could just tell by hearing, the other rune I have is Anterbach. Don't know what it signifies, but hey, that's alright. I can still cast the spell. Ha ha ha! Check it again, I break it again. an iridescent green shellac, making it shine with a disturbingly alien light. So we have an alien light and a spectral character, obviously representative of Ulyath and Shelatath respectively, although in reverse order. This is what I meant by the conspiracy stuff. You really start to feel for Anthony, because this spell is killing him. Shelatath zombies are also very weak to fire. Like, embarrassingly so. Look at this. This is terrible. Now that I have the magical codex, I can determine that I have the Ulyath rune. You knew that already because I kept saying it, but the codex officially makes this clear to me. And now I find the red urn. Note that it said it is the filled red urn. It has a deep red shellac, giving it the sheen of a bloody heart recently torn from its host body. That's the first thing the color makes Anthony think of. It is a strange sigil on its side. It's filled with foul-smelling fluid. A disturbing rendition of a monstrous devil. It is contorted into what appears to be a fountain. What sickly liquid is this draining into the pool, trickling from a scum-encrusted spout? Well, I need to give these urns weight. Dunking the urn into the foul-smelling fountain, it becomes filled to the brim with a rank fluid. It is a lot heavier now and rife with theater. One more. There we go. Now I have the puzzles required to beat the level. Also, remember what the torch showed me from earlier. Ha ha ha. I actually have to wait for the flames to dissipate. These camera angles are great. Nothing. This thing is nothing to me. Oh! Another secret door. That's quite the limp. My god. Now I have to find out how to get in there. First, I'll pick up a codex. And as you can see, I have decoded Enterbach. Project. Or perhaps it's project. It's probably project. I know there's something on the floor. Give me a second. This is what I'm looking for. An ancient scroll of what appears to be paper. The enchant item spell scroll. Now that I've picked it up, yeah, it tells me. I can cast spells that have been found or researched. Cast allows me to do this. Assign, I can assign it to a button. Oh, I've already done this. And check, I can examine the contents of each spell scroll that has been acquired. So now I know that spell 1 is enchant item. A torn scroll illustrated with the geometric symbol is accompanied by a small note. The note reads, "That which is broken shall be fixed. That which is dull will be sharp. Thus is the nature of the enchant item magic." And I don't need to actually assign it because I... Okay, it's forcing me to do it. Fine. Even though I've already done this. There. Although, just to show you what else the spell can be used for, because this is useful. I don't know if I want to actually give my sword the blue alignment, but just to show you. This is a temporary power-up with a blue magic, meaning that the sword will be more effective against... how did this work? It'll be more effective against red enemies. Whoa. My god. It will be more effective against red enemies and less effective against green enemies. Covered with arcane artifacts and text, this table reflects the unholy presence within the church, a seething pit of iniquity and evil. Now, to unlock this door, I need to put the runes down into this floor here. An iron plate is covered with 3 curious circles, and dried splashes have marred the pockmarked and worn surface. There's your hint. Although the urn appears to sit correctly in place, it does not appear to be heavy enough to depress it. So we get the idea. And now the door is open. And check my walk. No, actually I'm still okay. Oh, I actually can save, so I know I'm safe in here. Good for me. What will I find?
So, you have come to return my book.
Ooh.
Very well then.
For your efforts,
He looks terrible.
I promise a quick and merciful death.
Your book, the Tome? I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, this guy actually does keep up the insanity thing. Got him. He dropped the key. So much for the bishop. A shrine to a god that bespeaks of an ancient evil that graced the earth before mankind walked its valleys. My insanity is terrible, so who knows what I'll see when I leave this room. Maybe nothing. Oh boy. We're getting worse. Even worse. I look terrible. Poor guy. And the camera's horribly tilted. And there's an enemy. Yeah, like I said, the bastard sword is great, but blue is not good against these zombies. That's a sanity effect. You like that? You like that? It pretend muted my TV. This is what I'm talking about. The insanity effects actually make the player think that events are transpiring in real life when they're not. This game literally makes the player, you, the player of a video game, question your sense of reality. Tell me that isn't the coolest thing you've ever seen. This is what separates this game from literally every other game ever. This annoying little creature is a trapper. It won't hear me if I tiptoe like this, but I want to touch him.
What's going on here?
He warps me to the trapper dimension, which the game will shortly explain. Very easy to get out of, and if anything, it's a boon to the character. The trapper dimension sprawls in every direction. Whilst in this plane, magic cannot be cast and humans are subjected to odd phenomena. The portals cycle from color to color as time progresses and only the quick will escape. I'm low on sanity, but let's just step in here. You can only choose one of these portals, so choose correctly. I just happened to choose blue. I wanted basically anything but green. Step on one of these things, it'll restore your entire bar of whatever color it represents. So blue would be magic, green would be sanity, red would be health. And then you head to the exit. This is fantastic if you need to heal. The thing is, trappers die once they teleport you, so you can only come here as many times as there are trappers in the game. Not that you usually want to come here, it's an inconvenience more than anything else. Well, let's move on. Trappers have no eyes, but can sense sound very well. Yeah, sneak past them. When you hear that chirping, that means that they're onto you, so tiptoe very slowly if you don't want them to go off. An upside down room. Looks like we're experiencing more sanity effects. I'm walking on the ceiling. Isn't that trippy? What do? I can't get out. Isn't this amazing? And then it just warps you, it flashes with white, and takes you back to where you came from. Did you just dodge me? See, isn't that awesome? This game is wonderful. I don't have a healing spell, so I should probably tread a little more carefully than this. Isn't low sanity fun? The monk ambles nervously as if half expecting the demonic bishop to return any moment. Yeah, don't worry, buddy, I killed him. You're all good. Oh boy. Poor guy. Ooh, it's hideous. Can I save? Because it's getting to that point where I'm starting to feel nervous. Nope, there are enemies here, somewhere. I guess I'll finish one of them, just so I can not lose health the next time. Plus, finished enemies never come back. Unfinished ones probably won't, but maybe if you leave early they will. Who knows? Oh, he just vanished? Can I save now? Yes. There's a powerful enemy coming up, if I remember correctly. In fact, speaking of... Oh, no. Okay. Oh, yes, I was right. This enemy is one of the more annoying ones in the game. Meet the Horror. With its 3 eyes. A life barrier. I must kill him. These enemies really suck. I hate fighting these things. There's like no dodging that. I got lucky. I really did. Those things hit like a truck, and their laser beams will drain, I think, whatever alignment it represents. Time to get a lot of sanity back. Trust me, that's a lot of sanity to get back at once. I hate those monsters so much. Fighting them is such a pain. Oh, I can't move! An error has occurred with my controller socket. Oh no! No! I can't move out of this. Isn't this the coolest game ever? And we're at the beginning! One time that happened to me, and I was actually at low enough health where I died. I was flipping out. But no, we're actually good. It was a sanity effect. Isn't this game gold? I knew about it this time, but that's just too much. And look at that, it even puts enemies in there just to instill panic. In actuality, there are no enemies in this room. Also, nice touch. I'm so corrupted that I can't even bear to look at the light of the torch. I never noticed that before. Way to go, game programmers. Oh no! Low sanity's the best. But now it's time to put this mission to an end. Let's take care of that bishop. Well, we already did. Let's save Charlemagne. Oh no.
You are a fool for trying to save him, Anthony. His fate was decided many centuries ago, as is the fate of this world. Despite your faith, there is little to save you from the power of Sanity.
Ooh. Holy crap. What an ending. What a great ending. Hooray. Bad end. And now, Alex's sanity dips a little bit lower. One important thing to notice. I can cast spells, meaning we can go upstairs. Normally I'd cut the playthrough short here, but Alex's time in the mansion is never really... Ooh. Ooh. I was going to say Alex's time in the mansion is never really that long. I will say this much. The first time I heard that knocking when I was playing this game, that scared the hell out of me. It's so loud, and it's right there. How is my sanity? That's actually kind of low for the second level complete. By the way, I had mentioned... Jeez. By the way, I had mentioned something about this in Silent Hill 4, in that it's like Eternal Darkness, and that I really like this thing about it. I really like games where you start in a central hub and you could slowly but surely explore more and more of... God! You could slowly but surely explore more of the hub as time goes on. Now I can explore the second floor. Let's take a look at this. Let me see if anything happened. Yeah! Sanity effect. Look at that bust. See the bust? Oh! And if I restore my sanity, sure enough, he'll look forward and be perfectly normal. Oh, just to show you his motion stuff. Ugh. Pictures. Ugh, this thing's already been corrupted. Technically, there's a sanity effect. You haven't seen the picture in its original form. A serene painting of a luscious mountain valley, delicately rendered in oils. Time has taken its toll on the surface, which is soiled with dirt and scratches. Okay. Now, I kind of forgot how the layout of the house worked upstairs. Ooh, charred carpet. Also a sanity effect. Old painting, huh? Oh, revolver ammunition. Not that I have a revolver, but you know that's coming later. Alex questions the presence of a lush landscape amidst these other morbid paintings. Could it be a single ray of hope encircled by the encroaching darkness? I'd like to think so. That's pretty morbid. Ugh. Oh, a dresser. There's a small triangular design flanked by a magical symbol. I wonder. Oh, I can't enchant the key. What did it say there? A small triangular design. I guess I'll need a different spell for this later. Okay. Restrooms. You know how much I love these in survival horrors. Oh! The Journal of Maximilian Roivas. Let's take a look at that. Everything that brightened my life now engulfed me in darkness. I fed on the light of truth, yet starved on the shadows of lies. I have learned through my lifetime, but no less than a newborn baby. Fair enough. Now, is there anything else? Oh, man, I wish I could see your faces from that. Let me tell you, that was the scare in Eternal Darkness. I almost fell out of my chair the first time I saw that scare. That is one of the scariest things I have ever seen in a video game ever, because it comes out of freaking nowhere. And no, you cannot search this bathtub ever again. That was, I guess, I can't say scripted because it doesn't come up in the plot, but that's set to happen once. God damn. That is the most brutal scare. Except for maybe that, jeez. I enjoy playing this game alone at night, at like 11:15. Ugh. That scare is so bad. Whoa. Oh, the green room. More paintings. Oh, a chapter page. The Gift of Forever. Needless to say, that's the next level, but we won't be covering that until a little later. More revolver ammunition. Another painting. A phone that I apparently cannot use. I swear to God, that scare. The first time. Oh. And who might you be? That's a hint for later. Also, the painting is bleeding. Also, the painting itself looks terrible. Yeesh. Oh, Sanity effects, how I adore you. Too dark in here, perhaps the circuit's been broken. So I can't do anything about that room just yet. More paintings to observe. The wallpaper in this section of the hallway is oddly marred, as though the wall it sits on is not even with the rest of the room. Obviously, I'll have to come back to that one later. This is a protective barrier. I cannot touch this without being hurt. I'll have to come back to it later. Well, with that terror out of the way, new chapter page. I have a mission to go to next, but of course, we will cover that next time. Well, we certainly made a lot of progress today, didn't we? We got all the way through Anthony's mission, and already, this early in the game, we got to see not one, but two fourth wall breaking sanity effects. This is what I was talking about. This is what makes Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, unique among every other game ever made. It actually puts legitimate fear into the player of the video game. Not for fear of the character, for fear of the player's own well-being. The controller's disconnected. Well, you don't want to die without having saved in a long time. Panic! Put the controller back in. Oh, wait. It was just the game messing with you. What an amazing touch. This game is so good at what it does. And trust me, there's a lot more where this came from. Oh, also, did I mention the scariest sanity effect in the game ever? It's just so fast. There's no expecting it. You can't expect it. even when I first saw it, I was told that there was some scary thing associated with the bathtub in this game. But come on! I almost flipped out when that first happened to me, and now I have shown it to all of you. For those of you who have not played this game before, that must have been a real trip. Have fun with that. Well, we have a new mission coming up, so, as always, until next time, everyone.